Signs of low IQ. Psychology explains this. Most people think low IQ means being bad at school or failing exams. But psychology says that's not true. Some people with low intelligence sound confident. They speak a lot. They argue strongly. And here's the shocking part. Many people with low IQ never realize it because the signs don't look like stupidity. They look like habits, thought patterns, daily behavior. So here's my question. What if intelligence isn't about how much you know, but how your brain reacts to reality? Stay until the end, because the final sign explains why some people never grow, no matter how much information they get. Let's be clear first. Low IQ does not mean someone has no value. It does not mean someone cannot improve. And it does not mean someone is useless. IQ only measures how the brain processes information, how a person understands cause and effect, handles new ideas, adapts to change, solves problems. Psychology shows intelligence exists on a spectrum. Everyone has strengths. Everyone has limits, but certain patterns appear more often in people with lower cognitive flexibility. These patterns are not insults. They are signals that the brain prefers comfort over challenge. And once you understand these signs, something powerful happens. You stop judging people, and you start understanding behavior. Now here's where it gets interesting. Sign 1. Strong opinions, weak thinking. People with lower cognitive ability often feel very sure about their beliefs. They don't question much. They don't explore alternatives. They don't like being challenged. Psychology suggests this happens because complex thinking feels uncomfortable. Simple answers feel safe. So instead of asking questions, they defend beliefs. Confidence feels like intelligence, but confidence without reasoning is not intelligence. High intelligence questions itself. Low intelligence protects itself. That difference matters, but this is just the surface. Sign 2. Difficulty seeing other perspectives. Low IQ is often linked to rigid thinking. This means difficulty understanding viewpoints outside one's own. If I think this way, everyone should. If I feel this, it must be true. Psychology calls this limited perspective taking. The brain struggles to imagine how others think or feel. This creates frequent arguments, misunderstandings, not because the person is bad, but because the brain has trouble switching viewpoints. Intelligence allows flexibility. Low intelligence prefers one angle, and this affects relationships deeply. But wait, this next sign explains why learning becomes difficult. Sign 3. Resistance to new information. People with low IQ often resist new ideas, not because they are lazy, but because new information feels threatening. Psychology suggests learning requires mental effort. Effort creates discomfort. So the brain chooses familiarity. This leads to phrases like, "That's nonsense. I don't believe that." Without real examination, instead of asking why, they say no. Over time, this creates stagnation. No growth, no adaptation. And this brings us to a critical sign, sign 4. Blaming others for everything. Low IQ is strongly connected to external blame. When something goes wrong, the fault is always outside. The system, other people, bad luck. Psychology shows self-reflection requires higher cognitive processing. It means analyzing your own role. That takes effort, so the brain avoids it. Blame feels easier than responsibility. This pattern blocks growth, because improvement begins with awareness, and awareness is a form of intelligence. Now the last sign, let's talk about emotions. Sign 5. Emotions control decisions. Everyone has emotions, but low IQ often means emotions dominate thinking. Anger replaces logic. Fear replaces reasoning. Ego replaces facts. Psychology suggests emotional regulation requires mental control. Without it, reactions come first. Words are spoken fast. Decisions are rushed. Consequences are ignored. This doesn't mean someone is emotional. It means the brain struggles to pause and evaluate. Intelligence creates space between feeling and action. Low intelligence collapses that space. Here's the truth psychology reveals. Low IQ is not about being uneducated. It's about how the brain handles complexity. A person can memorize facts and still think poorly, because intelligence is not storage. It is processing. Low IQ brains avoid challenge and seek comfort. They prefer being right over being curious. And that choice shapes their entire life. So what does this mean for us? It's about recognizing patterns. These patterns explain why arguments go nowhere, why some people never change. And here's the powerful part. IQ is not fixed behavior. Psychology shows thinking skills can improve. Curiosity can be trained. Reflection can be learned. Perspective can expand, but only if the person wants growth. Awareness is the first step. Before we end, final truth you need to know. The real divide between high and low IQ is simple. One asks, "What if I'm wrong?" The other says, "I'm right." That single difference changes everything. And the moment someone stops questioning, learning stops too. That's the psychology behind it. If this video helped you to understand low IQ, subscribe to Brain and Behavior White Tea. Like the video if psychology interests you. And comment below. Which thinking habit do you believe is hardest to change?